Today, I'm going to be sharing with you what I believe to be the best free-to-play characters that you can be upgrading in Destiny Rising. All three of these characters are great at dealing damage, staying alive, and are simple to get. So let's get this started. The first character that every single free-to-play player should be upgrading is Wolf. And that is the main reason behind that is because he was free. Wolf is the main character in Destiny Rising, so you get him as soon as you open the game and get to choose from multiple customization options. Since Wolf is the main character, you use him throughout all story missions and can easily pick up on the ins and outs of the character, making your gameplay seamless before the end of the main story, giving you a better chance of understanding how the character works, when to use abilities, and which weapons are best. The second reason that every single free-to-play player should be upgrading Wolf is because he gets free talent tree through playing the game. Throughout the story, you unlock Wolf's Crystal Light, which helps you unlock more of Wolf's talent tree, unlocking more of the character's true potential and unlocking new techniques in Wolf's gameplay. After you finish the main storyline, you unlock the last tier on Wolf, giving a buff to your super. To unlock the rest, you need to level up through Destiny Rising's acclaim system, which needs you to upgrade characters, power, and do other side quests to level up to unlock the rest. Now, I'm going to give you guys the best build for Wolf in the game. This contains artifacts, Unrelenting Subgravity in the first slot, Unrelenting Evolution in the second slot, Inverted Fury in the third slot, and Explosive Shell in the last slot. These all play into Wolf's and his gameplay, while Unrelenting Gravity grants a 30% damage resistance when airborne, which Wolf commonly is, which plays into Unrelenting Evolution, which grants even more damage resistance through stacks of armor, which takes 1.79% of damage when maxed out. And that stacks up to 20 times. Now, Inverted Fury grants a 30% weapon damage buff when shielded. This plays straight into Wolf's strike ability, which grants overshield on use, and for another damage buff, Explosive Shell grants a 48% blast damage and blast radius buff on direct hits. These last two artifacts will greatly increase the damage of Wolf's exotic grenade launcher. This entire build is built off of surviving and doing a shit ton of damage. There's no in between. That's all you need for Wolf. And this build does that exactly in the most perfect way possible. Now, let's move on to a more support character, and that is Tan2. Tan2 has great support and damage in team activities and solo activities, as Tan2 has two different modes, a support mode and a damage mode, which you can switch freely between the two with just a short cooldown in between each switch. The support mode grants a healing rift that you can place on your feet or throw an ally for instant health, and Tan2 Super will turn into a bigger healing rift that does even more healing. While his damage side provides a fireball that you can throw at enemies and will deal tons and tons of damage to elites, adds, anything. And Tantu's ult will turn into a healing rift, but instead of healing, it gives everyone that's inside of it a massive damage buff. You can't go wrong with damage mode or support mode. He is literally the perfect support character. Now, Tantu's weapons of choice is just more damage. Tantu's weapons consist of scout rifles and sniper rifles. Sniper rifles deal massive amounts of damage when hitting precision shots. Weapons such as both mythic sniper rifles deal tons of damage, especially the Void one with Periyama, and the Borealis are great options for Tan2. The only downside for Tan2 on a free-to-play account is you can't easily get him as Wolf. I mean, Wolf is completely free. You get him right off the bat. But for Tan2, he's a legendary character, so you have to get him in draws. Which, when you first start the game, you get in the first 30 draws, you are guaranteed to have a legendary, so that is a 1 in 3 chance of getting him. And then once you get later into the game, after 180 draws, you have a 100% chance of getting him, as you can choose which legendary character you want to grab. Now I'm going to tell you the best Tan2 build in the game. You're going to want to use the artifacts Bulwark Token, Ring of Conversion, Calming Token, and Illuminated Ground. Now I'm going to explain why. With Bulwark Token, every precision final blow, you are granted with a 680 overshield for 8 seconds. That increases your survivability already. And with the ring conversion, when standing in your healing rifts, 80% of overflow healing is converted to an overshield, which again greatly increases your likelihood of surviving anything. Now for this next artifact, we'll play into Bulwark Token, as Calming Token grants a 45% damage buff to precision shots when standing still. This helps you even more precision kills to get even more overshields. Now finally, Illuminated Ground grants a 36% damage buff when casting abilities when stationary. This further increases your damage buff on top of Calming Token. With this build, Tanu turns into a character that can survive anything and everything while being able to kill anything and everything. It is absolutely crazy how all of these artifacts play together and what this build can do. Now for the last character, it's going to be a little confusing to you guys, but I chose Iicora, as you can get her through the main story very early on while receiving weapons and artifacts throughout the guide missions for her. This creates an easy way to use her throughout the story, and later in the game, you can draw for even more Icoras very easily, as she is a legendary character, which allows you to further upgrade her talent tree, leading to making Icora even more strong. Icora's abilities are simple and deal high damage. She can clear a room fast, deal lots of damage to elites. Ikora's abilities fit seamlessly together and with her weapons. This grants a very smooth gameplay loop and grants the amazing ability of being able to clear rooms easily, which is very needed in higher level content such as the raid and legendary campaign. Now for the best Iicora build, it really comes down to a couple options, but I went with this one. In the first slot, you want Unrelenting Shell. This grants damage resistance after reloading weapons for 3 seconds, as Icora's light grenade launchers only have 1 ammo, so you shoot it once, you reload, you get that instant damage resistance. In the second slot, I have Bloodthirsty Shell. This artifact restores 40% health when hitting multiple targets at the same time. This plays into Icora's explosive spread weapons. Now for the third slot, I have Inverted Fury, which gives you a 30% damage bonus when shielded to help you kill more enemies and hit enemies, which when you hit multiple enemies, you get that 40% health back due to Bloodthirsty Shell. Now for the final slot, I have used Explosive Shell, which grants a 48% blast damage and blast radius increase on damage hits, which helps you hit even more enemies, giving you that 40% health regen quickly. This build helps you survive, deal damage. It's just damage resistance every time you reload. Basically every time you shoot, you're getting 40% of your health back. It's it's just absolutely crazy how much health you can get back with this character and these artifacts.